What's going on, everybody? All right, so after a few days that I've been sick with the flu, I'm finally coming back and things are getting better for me health-wise. As always, I appreciate each and everyone's support for always tuning in, for dropping the comments and all that good stuff. Look, let's get into it because there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but mainly there's a few things that I really want to focus just because we're still here fighting for restore the Snyderverse. All right, first things first, NBC Universal is now exploring a bid to buy WB. This is what I've been saying for a while, the counter offers that we want to hear. And of course, Universal, that's owned by Comcast, it's what I feel would be best for business because, of course, they have the theme parks, they have physical media, they have streaming, and most of all, they have theatrical releases. And you imagine if they were to acquire all of Warner Brothers and what they would be able to do with that. Oh, the milking and the cash cow would be insane. And I would keep my wallet open to do and support all of this. And of course, let's not forget in January 2026, we're going to see Comcast coming into play with HBO Max for, their streaming service and everything. And of course, with the rumor that I've been talking to you about, for a while and stuff, talking about that they want to do DC alternative content for their streaming service. This would be perfect timing, and this would be a great way to introduce and continue the Snyderverse because we need it and we want it. And most of all, we will stop at nothing. And talking about the Snyderverse, look at this image that I came across. Imagine we were to see, all right, Ben Affleck's The Dark Knight Returns with a bat suit like this that he goes up against Deathstroke and what he's already gone through with what we've already seen in Zack Snyder's Justice League. And the costume, tends to break and he repairs it and stuff like we've seen in Batman versus Superman. Just seeing this would be incredible. It would be amazing. And like what he's gone through in those 30 plus years as being Batman, fighting and doing everything that he's been doing in Gotham City. That would be amazing. Talking about Gotham City, look at what Uncle Wow, that's the user, Larry Fong. He's a cinematographer for Batman versus Superman and of course Zack Snyder's Justice League. So he's a very important, person in this industry, and he's also fighting for Restore the Snyderverse. So he's with us. This just shows you that more people are talking and they're excited about this. And when you see this right here, I'm not sure this was very recent or from where, but seeing those cards, that's Joker we're talking about. And damn it, this is incredible to see all this love and all this support that people are talking everywhere, are excited to see all of this because everywhere it's trending and it's moving. Therefore, it's showing you that the interaction with the fans, customers, consumers worldwide are much more than what they are before. And with that, talking about Joker, today, Zack Snyder posted another picture with Jared Leto's Joker. Now, I want to talk about a few things with this Joker and what we're seeing on this picture. Of course, he put one up the other days, that he showed the backside of this, with the SWAT vest that it says in the back and stuff like that. And then on this one, he doesn't have it. But let's notice one thing. Yes, Joker's throwing the peace sign, but let's look at it from the other point of view. And we know that when Zack talks to us, he's always talking to us in code. He's very cryptic. And if you follow him and you know what I'm talking about, then you know what's up. If I have to explain it, then clearly you have no idea what I'm talking about. But let's look at it. Maybe that's not a peace sign. Maybe that's a low-key confirmation for Zack Snyder's Justice League 2. Or what if another project is coming, including with this, meaning, second time. You get what I'm saying? So also, seeing how Zack has been very cryptic with all these tracks that he's putting onto it, I'm telling you, this is our moment. And this right here is what we're fighting for. And who knows? This is why, like I said, maybe this is all going to fall under, I'm speculating, this is all probably going to fall under HBO Max with Comcast for DC alternative content. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You never know. These are the things that probably they're testing the waters and they're seeing, hey, look, fans are reacting. Fans want more of it. The customer's willing to pay of it, and why not? Let's just give them, on HBO Max. That's just me speculating. that will be great for business right there. And this is an image that I came across of a collage. This is what I want to see. The epic conclusion of Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3 continue where things left off. You can patch so many things. And like I just showed you, that picture of Ben Affleck's bat suit all torn apart, ripped apart. What if we get to see that in The Dark Knight Returns with him versus Joe as Deathstroke? And of course, like we saw in Batman versus Superman, because some of you might be like, well, how are you going to connect it? Very simple. In Batman versus Superman, we saw when, Bruce Wayne, Ben Affleck's Batman, he takes a nap and he goes into a dream and he sees the future when the Flash comes to him and tells him, hey, Lois is the key. And, like he's just preparing us for the future event, which was the Nightmare timeline. And of course, we saw Batman during that timeline, that when Batman versus Superman took place. And we already know at the end of the Snyder Cut, where you see Jesse as Lex Luthor talking with Slade on the boat as Deathstroke, telling him, hey, you want a hint for the Batman? That's Bruce Wayne. It was setting up the Batman with Ben Affleck. So this would be perfect, again, like I said, for The Dark Knight Returns, meaning Batman Returns in the sense of Ben Affleck's version and Zack Snyder. What a great way to reintroduce the characters and come back with a strong impact upon the audience. This would be insane. And then, of course, in the movie itself, let Zack Cook do what he has to do, set things up for, again, to pick up after Zack Snyder's Justice League in the timeline of the Nightmare timeline, because that's where things left off with this. Anything and everything is possible, my friends. And it's incredible and it's beautiful to see each and every one of you all over the world using Restore the Snyderverse, because that's the main goal. Whoever ends up buying them, it doesn't matter. As long as they go back to what was working, that all falls under the Snyderverse getting restored. And we will stop at nothing. What are your thoughts? Hit that subscribe, show your support, and until next time.